I want new friends, but they don't want me. They're making plans while I'm on TV. Thought it was them, but maybe it's me. I want new friends, but they don't want me.
Inside the show. And now your host, Justin Allegri.
Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Starting out west in the American League, the A's pitched well, allowing only 3 hits, as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 3-2. The New York Yankees had 12 hits as a team, as they took down the visiting Mariners 8-0. Lance McCullers Jr. collected his 8th win overall, as the Astros bested the Twins 2-1. The Los Angeles Dodgers combined for 10 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Angels 7-6. The Red Sox knocked out 12 hits as a team as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 6-1. The Rays pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they beat the O's in Baltimore 1-0. The Indians hit 3 long balls as they cruised to the win against the Tigers 8-0. Ronald Acuna Jr. dominated the game offensively with 7 runs driven in on 3 home runs, leading the Braves to a victory over the Nationals 9-0. He leads the entire National League in runs batted in. The Philadelphia Phillies got 12 hits in this one as they got the best of the visiting Mets 7-4. The White Sox put up 16 hits on the day as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 11-1. The Pirates held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they ran over the Reds 6-0. The Giants totaled 13 hits as a team as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 10-6. The Redbirds allowed only 5 hits in the game as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 5-4. Richard Blyer got his 3rd win this season as the Fish disposed of the Rockies 6-4. Yohan Lopez grabbed win number 6 on the year as the Diamondbacks took care of the Padres 4-2. And that's the show. Thanks for listening in. I'll be back tomorrow with more news and updates from around the majors.
Sunday afternoon in Northern California, MLB The Show has baseball from the Oakland Coliseum. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend series between the Texas Rangers and the Oakland A's. Alongside Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and guys, the A's played well in the series so far, winning the first 2 in this 3-game set.
Yeah, and to sweep this team right here would be a huge momentum boost. It is not easy to sweep a series. I don't care if it's 3 games or 4 games. I think back to Bobby Cox. His big thing was you just want to win series. 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4. But when you have a chance to sweep a team, you have to take advantage of it.
Frankie Montas gets the ball for Oakland in this one. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, one of the strengths of this guy is handling right-handed hitters. Right-handers coming into this game are hitting under 250 against this guy, so he's doing a lot of things right when the right-handers step into the batter's box.
Into the box, Bubba Thompson, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
The afternoon for Texas, the left fielder, Bubba
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Underway now in the Sunday finale as the game's first pitch is taken for ball 1. And Dan Dero, these A's as they begin play here this afternoon. 4-2 over their last 6 games, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty, they've been playing some quality baseball. The first 4 games of this homestand, they've taken 3 out of the first 4, looking to capitalize and continue to play good ball today.
You know, Dero, this is time to get greedy. When you win 3 of the first 4, boy, if you can win 4 out of the first 5, that sets up a really nice stretch of baseball. They'd love to win this one here today and keep that roll going.
Popped him up. Murphy is there. He's got it 1 away.
Batting second, the third baseman, Nick Solak.
That'll bring in Nick Solak. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. Here's the first pitch.
That's a ball.
And he misses low with it, 2-0. And set up behind the dish is Gary Simmons as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Dero, this Gary Simmons, he's the kind of umpire that pitchers really like to throw to.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, though, Dan. You want to go east-west, I'll make the adjustment. It's the north-south that'll kill you.
2-1 after the foul ball there. Into the windup and the pitch. Lifted in the air out to right. Piscotty's there for it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Batting third.
Digging in will be Willie Calhoun. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. Andrus has it. Throw on to Olsen will take care of him at first, and that ends the inning. Rangers set down in order. It's the Rangers nothing. A's coming up on Major League Baseball, the show. Kyle Gibson gets the starting assignment for Texas in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, Matty, we're getting a chance to look at a guy that's really struggled lately. ERA over 9 in his last 3 starts, and he has to do a lot better. This guy isn't that bad of a pitcher, but one of the keys, he needs to start limiting the number of hits and to limit the number of base on balls. It'll be interesting to see if he can turn things around in this one here today.
Fellas, this Rangers ball club, as they begin play, they come into this one in need of some kind of spark to turn them around as they find themselves in the midst of a 5-game slide.
Yeah, I get it, Matty. The team's on a moderate losing streak right now. Can't be happy with the way they played, but they have to find a way to relax a little bit.
A diving effort as it's off his glove. And a good try to recover that time, but he'll beat it out as he's aboard to kick off the inning.
Batting second, the second baseman, Tony.
Coming in for his first at-bat, Tony Kemp showing some definite confidence at the plate right now, and his recent numbers are reflecting that. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Yep, that ball went out.
Hit on the ground out to short. That'll be a base hit as well as it's through into left, and they've got something cooking here in the bottom of the first.
Boy, so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, Dero, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman. 1 ball, no strikes the count. One 1-0 pitch on the way.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With 2 guys already on, pretty good shot. He's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
2-0 count. The pitch. Ground ball to second. This could be two. Culberson to first, and Guzman to complete the double play.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, Matt Olson.
And that'll bring up Matt Olson. Career against Kyle Gibson. He's hitting .437. And of those hits, 3 of them were of the home run variety. From the stretch.
Great job by everyone involved right there. Executed a great pitch, got the double play. But don't kid yourself, there's still a guy standing on third base. He still needs one more out.
A curveball hit right back at him. And he'll flip this one on to first as he works his way out of the jam, and the inning is over. The A's strand 1, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. All set for the start of the inning, and that'll bring up Joey Gallo.
The right fielder, number 13, Joey Gallo.
First offering on its way. A ball and no strikes. Well, today's game provides the A's with a chance to complete a series sweep, guys.
This team going for the sweep is looking for some home cooking. It's always nice to win a series, but particularly nice when you can sweep a series at home.
2-0 now. Here it comes. And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, if this guy's able to execute that two-seamer down and away consistently, he's going to get a lot of swing and misses. He's going to get a lot of weak contact. He might even get a few knots on some people's shins.
Counts even 2-2 to Joey Gallo. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And strike 3 called as he gets a little help there. 1 away.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
Chris Davis is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Strike 1.
Hey, that was a nasty pitch right there. Ton of rotation on that ball. You could almost see the red dot from up here. Nasty depth.
Chapman brings it in. Throw in time at first for out number 2. Now at the plate, here is Ronald Guzman. Lifetime in this matchup. He's just 1 for 6. First pitch coming. Here it is. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Might have been looking to find that outside corner, but he couldn't quite get it there. It's 1-2. A bouncer to the left side. There is Andrus. Throwing the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Rangers. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And that'll bring in Ramon Laureano. And for him, you have to think a turnaround is coming. Clearly not going his way of late. Now here's the pitch. Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball 1. Into center field, line drive base hit. So a good start to the inning for the A's as their leadoff hitter reaches base safely.
Batting fifth.
He's been cold. Batting average fell below 230, but that knock might have put him in a positive frame of mind. Hopefully that's the start of something big right now.
Standing in now, Seth Brown. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball one. The average not quite where he wants it, down in the 220s. 6 home runs and 19 driven in. That evens it up 1-1. Laureano gets his lead at first, nobody out. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And this one is over, and he works the count back to 2-2. Swing and a liner. Oh, and this deflects right off him. One there.
Hey, that's great teamwork, I guess. Not a pretty out, but helping your teammate out like that and then knowing he had time to go to second for the out is a pretty heads-up play. I got to think there's some good communication down there between the infielders as that play unfolded.
And that brings up Chad Pinder. Career against Kyle Gibson. He's got a batting average of .444. He's taken him deep once. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
Ball one, no strike.
The set and the 1-0 pitch. His eyes lit up on that one above the zone, but he comes up empty. One and two now as that one's fouled off.
He's gone to the well with that pitch 3 times in a row. I'm interested to see if he changes it up right here.
And here's one that barely misses off the inside corner. 2-2. Bottom of the second here with no score. And here's a good sinker now, but it misses. 3-2.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
Back up the middle. Gets dirty and gloves it. There's one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. A's go quietly there. We'll move to the third with no score. So here's the left-handed bat of Rougned Odor. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Now the pitch. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. Ball 3-1.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, Matt, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff walk.
And the count will be full. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. So bases are empty with 1 out now. And that'll bring in the Georgia native Charlie Culberson. First offering on its way. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
As this game progresses, I don't think he's going to want to miss in that spot down the middle of the plate much more. It's early. They're a little less aggressive right now, so he's able to get away with it.
Popped whipped into the air, back behind second. And this is taken in for the second out. So now up steps Isaiah Kiner-Falefa as you get a look at his current righty-lefty splits entering play in this one. First pitch on its way. Grounder down the line at third. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Now here it comes. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two.
Hey, make no mistake about it. This lineup's going to have to get going and get a little bit more aggressive.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Rangers set down in order. Home half of the third coming up. No score.
I'm in my zone now. Money don't slow down. I'm grown now. Yeah, I'm on now. I'm dropping the
The Athletics due to hit here in the third. They're looking to get some momentum going with the bats. This is a group that has had trouble doing so all season long. Case in point, they currently rank last in the league in team batting average and on base percentage. On that note, one of the hitters told me, "I'd be lying if I told you it isn't frustrating for everyone. We're all really competitive guys in that clubhouse, so to be where we are is probably keeping some guys up at night." Sounds like a group looking for answers, Matt.
Thank you, Heidi.
The Athletics.
Bottom of the inning now, and standing in is the veteran outfielder, Stephen Piscotty. First pitch on the way.
Jumped ahead with strike one there, and that's something he's going to do a lot of in this start. He doesn't have lights out stuff, so it's important for him to be pitching ahead and have the hitters on their heels.
And he'll put this one away for the first out of the inning. In at the plate is Sean Murphy. He's going to go for his first 6 at-bats in the series so far. Now here it comes. Hits the bottom of the strike zone here with the sinker. Strike one. And he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
Not much you could do with that one. Tied him up in knots.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Yeah, that's the spot right there for an 0-2 pitch. Make him see if he'll chase that slider in the dirt, especially with the bases empty.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2.
I think he had his mind made up. He was swinging the bat and trying to protect before the ball even left the pitcher's hand. That pitch wasn't even close. He would have needed a flagpole to hit that one.
So Elvis Andrus the next to bat. As he'll take a look at ball 1.
Count 1-0.
The 1-0. 1-1 the count now. Here it comes now to Andrus. Hit out towards second. Fielded by Odor. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. 1-2-3 go the A's. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless.
Yeah. Who that in the whip? Yeah, you know it's me. You can't stop my shine. I'm just.
So now into the box is Bubba Thompson. Back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, man. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Now here it comes.
Hey, it's not always about filling up the strike zone all the time every inning. He's pitching well as we're moving into the middle innings, but interestingly, less than 50% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
The 1-1 home. high in the air out to center field. He'll put it away without much trouble, and the leadoff man is retired here in the fourth. Now one down with the bases empty, and that means Nick Solak will dig in. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
1-1. Line drive to center field. And the Rangers are in the hit column.
Hey, this guy's been slumping at the plate. Saw his average fall below 240 prior to this at-bat. That knock had to feel good.
And here's the former prize Dodger prospect, Willie Calhoun. And they take the lead. It's gone. Two-run shot to straightaway center. Home run number 16 for him on the year, as that'll give the Rangers a 2-0 lead.
Hey, I know we're not sitting up here with a crystal ball, but that swing right there, although in the middle innings, could be the deciding factor. And we could be looking back at this one when it's all said and done.
Here's Joey Gallo now.
As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Good take there to lay off the high fastball. Still only 1 out in the inning. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. The 2-1 is a sharp slider taken low for a ball.
If I'm in the box right now, I'm coming unglued. He is going to throw something over the heart of the plate.
The 3-1 pitch.
Four-seam heater right down the middle. I would have thought he popped a clutch on that pitch.
Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
Man, they've really had his number so far in this series. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone.
Here's Chris Davis now.
As he'll swing and hit this one hard, but foul off to the left and out of play.
He's 0 for 1 thus far. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1.
Hey, even though this guy's a righty hitter, he's going to get pounded with that 2-seamer. He needs to make sure he catches this thing out front if he sees that pitch again.
Ball taken there. 2-1 now. Into the windup and the pitch. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Three and 2 to the Rangers' designated hitter. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 4th coming up, 2-0 Texas. ready to go for the last half
Leading
of the
off
inning.
for the
And set to
A's,
go is the second baseman, Tony Kemp.
Offense needs to get going right here. You want to try and tighten up this game a little bit before it starts to get into that territory where you're going to start seeing the back end of each bullpen.
As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. And he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
Well, he's really been good all game long until that one. He was definitely not trying to hit a guy when he's got 2 strikes on him. It just appeared that it got away from him.
Striding in for Oakland, Matt Chapman. Now the first pitch.
These are the moments in the game that can sway it one way or another, why you get a W or a loss right here. Leadoff man on, heart of the order coming up. Guy out on the mound has got his work cut out for him.
Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
Over the outside half, and it's 2-1. Two balls and 2 strikes now. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Well, his struggles continue. It's been a rough go of it at the plate with him. And watching this at-bat, it's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all on. Even as a pitcher like I was, you can tell these things and exploit them.
That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson. He'll swing and lift a ball foul off to the left and out of play. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Comes set with the 0-1. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there, 2 away.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
2 away now in the Oakland 4th. And digging in now, Ramon Laureano. First offering, and that misses, ball 1.
Well, he punched out the last guy, but he didn't get any favors from the blue on the first pitch in this at-bat. Probably should be ahead of this hitter instead of behind.
Kemp is off at first with 2 away. And this one's in the dirt. And he is in there. They couldn't get him at second. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch.
Well, the graphic here isn't going to properly show just how far that pitch was from the strike zone. That thing wasn't even close, and I think it made the decision to move up a base pretty easy to make.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. 1 left for Oakland. They're still down. It's 2-0. So now here is Ronald Guzman. He'll start things out as we begin the fifth.
The first baseman, Ronald Guzman.
Here's the first pitch. Swing and a ball sliced foul into the seats down the left field line. Here comes the 0-1. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Reined in. And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, one away.
The batter, the second
one
baseman.
out, base is empty, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Rougned Odor. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball one. And maybe a little frustrated on the mound here as the fastball misses for ball two now.
You can see this guy's more focused at the plate right now. In that first AB, he went down on strikes.
Slider taken for a called strike. 2-1.
Nasty 2-0 slider right there for a strike. No shame in tipping your hat.
A bouncer to the left side, and that gets through for a one-out base hit. Around first, he's digging for second. And he's in there easily at second with a one-out double.
Dan, after that base hit right there, he's got a 6-game hitting streak going.
You know what? And this could lead him on to some bigger and better things right here. He's been swinging the bat pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it, as you talked about. 6-game hitting streak so far.
Charlie Culberson comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. He popped out in his first trip. Swing and a hot shot toward third, and that'll get down for what should be extra bases. As he arrives at second without a play, as also on the play, a run comes across to score.
Well, the beat goes on with this guy. Runner in scoring position. No doubt when he comes up, he's thinking RBI. What does he do? Double the drive and another run. This guy is a money run producer.
In now, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball. 1-0. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And it's a called strike to even the count at 1.
He hasn't thrown that pitch much all game. I got to believe as an offense, you just got to throw that pitch away and move on to the next one.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Great game plan so far by this offense. They're not chasing any of those breaking balls out of the zone.
Here now the 2-2. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
To the plate now, Bubba Thompson, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Well, he's got him in the palm of his hand now. It's 0-2.
Hey, don't kid yourself. I know those were 2 bad swings, but he hits middle of the order for a reason. It only takes 1 swing.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. A run for the Rangers thanks to the RBI double. Middle of the afternoon here at the Coliseum. It's now 3-0 Texas. Back at the Oakland Coliseum, and before we go much further, let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, I talked to manager Bob Melvin during the break about his thoughts on the A's hitters to this point. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. A lot of their outs have come from weak contact and strikeouts as a result of chasing pitches outside the strike zone. He said it's going to be extremely important for them going forward to be more selective with their swings and force the opposition to throw more strikes.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
The Athletic, the designated hitter, Seth Brown.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. 0-1 the count. He hammers it to deep right field. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. 7 home runs for him on the year now. And the A's are on the board. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
Well, they're still down, but this homer right there might light a fire under the whole team. Give them a spark to climb back into this thing. We'll see if this gets them going.
Into the box, Chad Pinder. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Thompson arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out.
Up next,
outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. And he lays off for ball 1.
You know he wants that on the mound, especially if it would have made the count 0-2. Didn't get it, though, so now you have to make another quality pitch on 1-1.
Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Another 1-2 delivery. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up, but that was a nice job of laying off.
And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
He's going to be pretty upset with himself about that 3-2 pitch. All you want to do in that count is make a competitive pitch, but that one wasn't even sniffing the zone, and he let him get away.
Next, it'll be Sean Murphy. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. He's set and the pitch.
0-1's the count.
The 0-1 lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the A's catcher. This is on the ground over to first. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. Culberson onto the pitcher covering, and it's in time. A double play, and the inning is over. The A's strike for 1 on the solo homer. 5 innings complete. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
Switching up my energy. My enemies feel like I got.
J.B. Wendelken takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 57, J.B. Wendelken.
And now, Nick Solak. He'll try and get things started as we begin inning number 6.
Nick Solak.
First pitch on its way. Oh, he had him fooled there. No balls and 2 strikes. Got him swinging in the dirt. He'll throw down to first, 1 away. Willie Calhoun will stand in again as we flash you back here to the 4th inning. This was a 2-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. Here's the first pitch.
1-0.
Looks like a right-hander's gotten up to throw now in the Oakland pen. We're in the 6th inning here in a 3-1 ball game. And he fouls this one off. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Three balls and a strike to Willie Calhoun.
Well, it's a pretty well-known fact that your batting average goes up as you get into more favorable hitters counts, and that's especially true when we're talking about this kind of hitter. Not a great spot to be in if you're the pitcher.
And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Rangers center fielder.
He was able to sneak that fastball by him on 3-1, so now we've got a battle on our hands.
The 3-2 pitch. 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd out. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
So that brings up the big bat of Joey Gallo as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. In his career against this pitcher, just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. 2 out, nobody on. Good pitch there down below the zone, got him to go after it.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2.
A couple of strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at-bat trying to get ahead and put himself at a good hitter's count.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Waves and misses for strike number 2.
Usually you see chases outside the zone on off-speed stuff like sliders, breaking balls, and changeups. but to chase a fastball that far outside the zone tells me this hitter's not seeing it well at all.
Just hung in there on that one. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Fouled off. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game. 1-2-3 go the Rangers, and it's still 3-1. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and stepping in is the veteran shortstop, Elvis Andrus.
The shortstop, Elvis Andrus.
Here it comes now to Andrus.
Count 1-0.
1-0 count. Here it is.
Nope. Outside.
Two balls and a strike. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times, you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
Won't commit on the slider. Good patience, and it's full 3-2.
And in a 2-run game right here, you really don't want to walk the leadoff guy to start an inning. You got to keep that tying run in the on-deck circle as long as you can.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Ball grounded toward Odor at second. And that's the first out. So one gone for the A's in their half of the 6th. And striding toward the plate to hit next, Tony Kemp. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Grounded to the right. Throw gets him. 2 down. Next to stand in is Matt Chapman. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. First offering. Here's a swing and a long drive high in the air and deep to center field. Gone! So it's a solo shot to dead center, number 21 for him on the season, and the A's have made this a 3-2 ball game now.
No surprise with that swing of the bat. This guy is simply one of the best in the game right now. There's not too many guys that take a beautiful hack like that in the league.
Now batting.
Stepping in now, Matt Olson. Fouled away. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Ball 1.
1-1.
Two and 1 to the A's first baseman. Squared that one up just a little late. Here now the 2-2. And it's fouled away. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. Again, another foul ball.
4 foul balls in this AB. Pitcher cannot find anywhere to go to put this guy away.
The 2-2 one more time.
3-2.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
The 3-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. But the A's inch a bit closer thanks to this solo home run. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters to start the 7th. It's the Rangers 3 and the A's 2.
Your attention, please. Now,
new pitcher coming on now, the right-hander Yusmeiro
number
Petit.
36, Yusmeiro Petit.
7th inning ready to roll, and that'll bring up the big-time power bat of right-handed hitter Chris Davis. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Petit is a reliever known for forcing contact. Not a huge strikeout guy most of the time, but he also doesn't issue a lot of free passes either.
There's a couple of keys to being a good reliever. One, if you have great stuff and you strike everybody out, or like this guy, not afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. He has good stuff, not great stuff. He's not afraid to let his defense help him out and make some plays.
Davis waits on the 1-1. Grounded to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Up next for the Rangers.
So next to bat will be Ronald Guzman. In previous matchups with Yusmeiro Petit, just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. Oh, look out. Hot shot to third, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman, Rougned.
Here's Rougned Odor now. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. First pitch coming. Here it is.
You know, because this is just a one-run game, this doesn't strike me as a situation where he's going to be working around a guy. I think he's going to challenge him right here.
Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Now the 3-2 pitch. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Rangers set down in order. They're up 3-2.
7th inning,
Brett Martin is on out of the bullpen now as he gets to work in his 60th game of the season.
Number 59, Brett Martin.
Last half of the 7th here, and up next will be Ramon Laureano.
The center fielder, number 22.
And now the first pitch. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd foul.
Put that in a memory bank. First time he breaks out a curveball right there, and it's a pretty good one.
And the sinking fastball called strike 3, and that's out number 1.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a one-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
At the plate now, Seth Brown, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. In his career versus this pitcher, he's hitless in 6 tries. 1 out, nobody on. Maybe too much break on the slider. 2-1.
Hey, that's a nice take by the batter right there, but that's a non-competitive off-speed pitch. Got to do better to at least entice a swing.
Fastball, and looks like they're pinching him a bit here. It's 3-1. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Wow, you know he's not happy with that call. When it crossed the plate, it sure looked like a strike to me. Seemed to catch a ton of the plate. That's a tough way to give up a walk, but he's got to put it behind him now.
Standing in now, Chad Pinder, as he'll take a look at ball 1. No hits to this point. Now a good pitch on the inside part of the plate ties him up, and it's 1-1. Really tied him up on that one.
Yikes, he kind of looked clueless on that swing right there, Matt. If I'm pitching, I'm going right back to that same pitch.
Count is 1-2 now. From the belt, kicks and deals. There's a curveball, but it misses well out of the zone. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this will land untouched. Brown, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. And another foul ball. The 2-2. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone! A 2-run shot that gives them the lead. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. 19th home run for him on the season as they take the lead 4-3.
As we take a look at the pitch location here, you can see that the pitch wasn't even in the strike zone, but clearly that didn't matter. Takes the call from the pen as he'll try to get the final 2 outs of this 7th frame. So that'll bring up Stephen Piscotty as he'll look at a slider that runs in too far for ball 1. It was a walk in his last trip. The 1-0 home. Misses for the second ball. Hearn stands 6'6" and throws from the left side. He was a 5th-round pick back in the 2015 MLB draft.
Hey, this middle-round selection is still developing, but he's doing it at the big league level, and he has a lot of time to get his tool set ironed out.
Swing and a liner, and that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Count leverage right there, sitting dead red fastball, and he didn't miss it. Nice swing right there, driving it into the outfield for a knock.
In now, Sean Murphy. As the first pitch here is a bit high, it's ball one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Now the 1-0 is chased out of the zone for strike one.
Hey, you know the pitcher right now, he's looking for that best friend, that double play ball. This is where you have to really be disciplined at the plate and make sure that you get a pitch that's above the knees that you can get in the air.
And he lays off this one down and in for ball two.
Man, that's one of those. How could you not swing at that one? A good take there on that pitch.
Swing and a miss, strike two.
I think it's about time to choke up on that bat and get that foot down. He's awfully tardy right now.
And he fouls this one off. Runners on first with one down. And strike three called on the outside corner. He's earned the right to live out there with the fastballs as that's out number two.
Now batting, shortstop.
So it's a runner at first with two men out. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. He's set. Here it comes. And he'll quickly send a line drive to center field. And that's in there. Base hit.
The batter, number 5, second baseman, Tony Kemp.
So now to the plate, Tony Kemp fouled off. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch turned on, but it's wide at first and foul. Now a fastball here that'll wisely lay off, and it's 1-2.
That's a great take right there. You knew the pitcher was going to try and expand the zone. 0-2 in a big spot, and he was able to spit on that one. Hopefully get something in the heart of the plate this pitch.
And that's a swinging strike three in the dirt. Up with it, Kiner Falefa. And the throw to first ends the inning. But the Athletics strike for two, both coming on this two-run home run. We'll march on to the 8th. It's now 4-3 Oakland. Jake Diekman has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 35, Jake Diekman.
Striding in is Charlie Culberson. His past history with Jake Diekman, he's 2 for 4. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Diekman, playing here in his age 34 season. He was taken in the 30th round back in the draft of 2007.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour, a ball and a strike. The Athletics leading by the slimmest of margins late in this one and trying to hang on and earn the series sweep.
One of the keys if you want to sweep a team is you're going to have to get some big outs in that 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. They're leading by a run as we're going towards the end of this game. Now it's time for the pitching staff to put this one under wraps.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. And even sweeter, of course, is getting that series sweep in your own ballpark in front of the home faithful. So we'll see if they can send these fans home happy.
No doubt about it. Fan base is excited. They're all out in full force, coming to the ballpark, hoping to witness a sweep, and it looks pretty good at this point.
Now
that's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
To the plate now, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Slider, and that's hit on the ground towards second. Scooped up, and there's out number 2. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Bubba Thompson. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Nope.
The 1-0 is a fastball that gets by him.
That's just too much velocity upstairs to get good wood on it. It's going to have to lower his sights.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And he punts the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
Hey, he's got excellent stuff working right now. Somebody has to make an adjustment. You're seeing a lot of late swings. No one's getting the front foot down. No one.
But we'll have to press pause as that strike 3 to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Rangers. Still down a run. It's 4-3. DeMarcus Evans is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 67, DeMarcus Evans.
And that'll bring in Matt Chapman. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
The third baseman, Matt Chapman.
First pitch of the AB on its way. Pretty well hit deep down the line in right, but that's back into the seats. Foul. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
People always talk about how important getting the leadoff men on base is, and it's true. So in the 8th inning of a 1-run game, that's a really nice job of attacking a hitter and sending him packing.
Stepping in now, Matt Olson, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The 1-0. 4-3 our score here as we play the 8th. Lays off the slider that time. 2-1. Lifted the other way down the left field line. Left fielder giving chase. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Now batting.
Next to dig in, Ramon Laureano. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. First pitch on its way.
1-0.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. 2 out, nobody on. Fastball, close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. And now a pitch on the way. And this pitch is taken high and away to fill the count. It's 3-2.
Looked to me like he tried to do way too much on that 2-2 pitch. You don't have to come into the zone on that count, but a pitch that far outside isn't going to tempt anyone to swing.
The 3-2 pitch down the left field line and deep, but this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The next 3-2. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, and that'll get down for a base hit. The throw into second. The tag, and they'll get him at second, and with that, the side is retired. A's are gone in order, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead. Trevor Rosenthal comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth.
Number 41, Trevor Rosenthal. Leading off the Texans, the third baseman, Nick.
At the plate, Nick Solak. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. Pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now.
It's becoming more and more common in today's game to see relievers like this that can run it up there close to 100 miles per hour. But it's so fun to watch it. He blew it right by him there.
That's high for a ball. It's 2-2. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
When your closer comes in and strikes out the first guy he faces, everyone on the team can kind of take a deep breath. Still have 2 more outs to get, but retiring that leadoff guy is always huge when you're trying to shut a game down.
The pitch. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Not even close with the 1-0. He needs to get back in the zone, but be careful. Work the quadrants.
The 2-0.
A great case of a manager sticking up for his pitcher right there and giving that umpire an earful. He didn't get that pitch called the way he wanted it to, but the manager's planting a seed in that umpire's mind to try to expand the strike zone so some of those borderline pitches start to go his pitcher's way.
And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
3 of those pitches were definitely out of the zone, but that last pitch looked pretty darn good to me. You're not usually going to get many favorable calls on 3-0, though. You have to earn that spot.
Time called here, as with the potential tying run aboard, they'll make the move to get a little more speed out there. Standing in now, Joey Gallo, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Boy, that fastball is just sizzling up there. 1-1.
Now, this is a perfect example of why this manager feels so confident going to this beast in the ninth right here. He is throwing absolute thunder right here, pumped up, and looks the part.
The 1-1. Taken, strike two. Hoping to discourage a steal attempt with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Really pulled that one across as the slider misses well inside.
The classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice layoff right there. Fight for another pitch.
Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone.
That was kind of a gift to the hitter. He's up there probably thinking of protecting on 2-2, but when you launch a ball that high out of the strike zone, it's obviously easy to take that one.
And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ballgame to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
Chris Davis next to bat. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. In the dirt. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And not what they were hoping for as that moves the possible tying run into scoring position. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery.
I always remember John Smoltz telling me the greatest asset a closer can have is short-term memory. And this situation called for it right here. He's got to forget that he has any traffic on a baseball.
This one gets through, and that could bring in a run. And that's going to push across the tying run from second, and we're all even at 4 apiece.
You know, D-Row, in today's game, it's not easy scoring in the late innings, so that RBI base hit to tie things up, that comes at a really good time.
Yeah, I say it's not easy. They got 11 guys in the bullpen, and I don't think a guy throws under 97 miles an hour with sink and cut. That is unbelievable he's able to get that knock in that big spot.
Into the box, Ronald Guzman, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. As mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this game has the potential to result in a series sweep, but of course, with a tie game on our hands, that is no foregone conclusion.
Never easy to sweep. This is one of those teeter-totter games, back and forth as we're tied going into the back end of this game right now. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out.
One and two.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92, you can usually see seams. 92 to 95, it starts to really quicken up on you. Over 3 digits, you're seeing a white blur.
And he strikes him out on a good pitch, so 1 run can win it as we head to the bottom of the inning. Just 1 hit in the inning, but it was a big one right here as it ties the ball game. Home half of the 9th is straight ahead. All even now at 4 apiece. David Dahl is into the ball game now as he assumes duties in center field.
For the Rangers. Now playing center field, number 21.
Now the A's designated hitter, Seth Brown. He went deep back in the 5th.
Athletic, the designated hitter, Seth.
Here's the pitch.
Brown.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. He's ready. Here's the 0-1.
Nope.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1.
Line hard to center field. And it's a base hit. So there you go. The potential winning run aboard to start off the home half of the ninth.
Hey, that's a nice piece of hitting right there to put the winning run on base. Interesting here, this is where you play a little bit of manager. It's an AL game. Let's see if he employs a little National League style. Maybe ask the guy to bunt and move the runner up right here. I don't think so, though. American League, it's nasty. You're trying to drive something in a gap or over a wall.
Chad Pinder is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. The 0-1. Possible winning run aboard here. Nobody out. Fouled away. Now the 1-2 pitch. Oh, this is hit to third. Will it be 2? To second for 1. On to first, and that's the 4th double play they've bounced into so far today. And with it, 2 are gone.
The right fielder, Stephen Piscotty.
Now at the plate, Stephen Piscotty. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. First pitch of the AB on its way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And this is a fastball that's right on the black but ruled a ball. It's 2-0 now. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. Sean Murphy would be next. Here it is. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential winning run is aboard at first.
Up next for Oakland, the catcher, Sean.
Next up is Sean Murphy. Game on the line here, and a ball deep in the gap would make this place explode. Here's the first pitch. Ready with the 0-1. Hard hit ball to second. Oh, and he can't come up with it. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. So they can't get that winning run home, and that means free baseball here this afternoon. 9 can't decide a winner. We'll move ahead to the 10th, and we are tied 4-4. Lou Trevino takes the mound as he'll be the first man to pitch here in extra innings.
Number 62, Lou Trevino.
Now it'll be Rougned Odor. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Rougned Odor.
Here's the first pitch. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. The 1-1 pitch. Hot shot down the line, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Now the 1-2 pitch, and it's fouled away. And he fouls this one off. Ready with another 2-strike offering. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Tough to take a pitch like that right there, especially in a 1-2 count. You almost get in that auto swing mode. Great job to work the count back to even.
Still 2-2. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
This has not been a weekend to remember for him. He's just been completely lost at the plate, flailing all over the place. Now that's his 6th strikeout of the series. They've really got him figured out.
At the plate now, Charlie Culberson. And here's a ball hit in the air, but it drops foul down there in the home bullpen area. The 0-1. Fastball called for strike 2. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 1 away. Hit pretty well out to deep left field. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch. And he's up to 3rd safely now with 2 gone in the inning. So the next to bat will be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. It's been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
Here's the first pitch. As he'll take a look at a curveball that misses wide for ball 1. Popped up. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. Lifetime versus this arm. He's 1 for 4. Now the 2-1. Swing and a line drive. Rwanda Olsen will take care of him at first, and that ends the inning. So they pick up no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. So one will win it here as we go to the bottom of inning number 10. And we are tied 4-4. Joely Rodriguez comes on to start the home 10th, and he's just hoping to get this one into the 11th inning. Here's Elvis Andrus now, and he's got a chance to bring in the winning run. Question is whether they'll even pitch to him.
Elvis.
Here's the first pitch. Now the Rangers get a reliever up and throwing in the bullpen as a right-hander's begun to warm up out there. First 2 pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0.
Well, you see this a lot. A guy comes out of the bullpen throwing bullets, but he has a tough time finding the zone. Trust me, velocity is a great weapon if the hitters are tempted to swing.
Ball 3. Tony Kemp waits on deck. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Just a nice piece of hitting right there, especially in extra innings. He didn't try to win the thing by himself or be a hero. He just patiently worked the at-bat until he earned the walk. We'll see if his teammates can pick him up now.
So here is Tony Kemp, the winning run at second. However, the double play in order here. Here's the first pitch. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball one.
It's a great job right there to pull that one back, make the count 1-0, and get this defense on its heels a little bit. The number one thing, if you're going to be a good bunter, you have to get strikes.
The 1-0. Possible winning run on second. No one out. Shows bunt as he gets this one down. Odor. But he'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the one out.
Now batting.
Next up, Matt Chapman. He's looking to bring home the winning run from third. Here's the first pitch.
Hey, great job pounding the zone strike one. When you got a great hitter in the box, you got to get ahead. Count leverage is a must.
Possible winning run just 90 feet away here. One away. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Big pitch coming up right here. He'd love for a ground ball or a strikeout.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Struck him out. A huge punch out there, and the winning run stays anchored in third with two gone now.
The first baseman, Matt Olson.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Matt Olson. His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much, 0 for 4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles out of your mind. Right now is all that matters.
Here's the first pitch. Ready with the 0-1. Now a fastball. Look out as he has to duck out of harm's way there.
Well, that'll wake everyone up. Anytime you buzz the tower like that, there's reason for people to start getting a little bit edgy.
Pulled toward right center field. Gallo is there to make the catch, and that means we've got more baseball ahead. A's strand a couple. This game's all tied at 4. 11th inning set to get underway, and next will be a speed threat in the form of outfielder Bubba Thompson. Here's the first pitch. This is on the ground over to first, and he'll take this to the bag himself for the first out, but it's a productive one as the runner moves up to third.
Well, good fundamental baseball might just win him this ballgame. They had the go-ahead run at second base, so this guy knows exactly what he has to do. Just a simple ground ball to the right side gets that guy to third, and now all sorts of ways to take the lead.
To the plate now, Nick Solak, as he'll take a look at a curveball that drops in there on the outer half. It's strike one.
Well, this is a strikeout situation, but it's also a ground ball situation. I expect we'll see a lot of pitches down in the zone trying to prevent the hitter from getting the ball up in the air.
Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1.
1-1.
The 1-1 pitch. Tries to change up on him there, but it's a ball, 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out. So next to hit is David Dahl. His career numbers in this matchup, he's gone 3 for 4. He's also hit a couple of home runs against him. Here's the first pitch, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Ball and a strike.
Hey, be on the lookout right here. Usually when a pitcher drops in a curveball for a strike looking, now he'll try and throw it in the dirt, get you to fish a little bit. I want to see where he goes here.
Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2. Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now. And he strikes him out here for out number 3. So after a scoreless top half, they'll have a chance to win it here in the bottom half. Clearly fired up to work out of that jam. Another chance to win it here to the bottom of the 11th. All tied. Big spot here, and it'll be Ramon Laureano. The winning run stands at second base. Here's the first pitch. Sinker on the inside, and that's a strike. Called strike, 0-2.
Hey, with first base open, pitcher's definitely going to nibble and try and see if the hitter expands the zone.
Now the 0-2 pitch. And this is swung on and missed. And boy, they took care of a key man there. 1 away.
This is the kind of at bat where your hitting coach grabs you on the way back to the dugout to have a little chat about your approach. Not a lot of positives to draw from that at bat when you take 2 strikes and then you chase one out of the zone to go down on only 3 pitches.
Now time is called, and with the potential winning run out there at second, they'll get a little more speed out there to perhaps score on a base hit. So now to the plate, Seth Brown. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. Right fielder is on the run. He gets there to put it away, but the runner tags and breaks for third. And he's up to third safely now with 2 gone in the inning.
Now batting, left
big at bat now, and here is Chad Pinder. Oh, they might pitch around him here with a couple of bases empty. Here's the first pitch. As he'll take a look at the pitch too low. It's ball 1. Hit on the ground to short. He's got it. On to first, and that'll mean a 12th inning is in order as this inning is over. The A's strand 1. Score remains tied at 4. Mark Hanna will stay in the ball game as he'll take over at first base.
Now playing first base, number 20.
Sergio Romo gets the ball as he'll take over to start this 12th inning.
Number 54, Sergio.
So stepping in is Joey Gallo. It's his job to get something into the outfield and give that go-ahead run a chance to score from second. Here's the first pitch. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. So far this season with runners in scoring position, Gallo is below the Mendoza line. The batting average under 200, unfortunately.
Matty, he struggled against right-handed pitching all season long, but he just needs a few knocks today, maybe to get the confidence going. I don't think this is the norm for this ball player.
Ball and 2 strikes.
Wow, what makes it so tough to be a hitter is to be able to hit and change his speeds, right? You're geared up for the fastball, and all of a sudden, he pulls the string and throws you the straight change, the dreaded equalizer.
Hard sinker misses, 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Designated hitter, Chris.
Striding forward now is the DH, Chris Davis. He's got 1 hit and 4 at-bats. Here's the first pitch.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Dahl at second, Gallo at first with no outs. A ball and 2 strikes now.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Oh, and a huge strikeout there as he certainly does his job out of the pen. And we'll see how they go after the next guy here.
Made pretty quick work of him right there, setting him down on only 4 pitches. And what I liked about all of those pitches, they were down around the knees or lower. Pretty hard to do any kind of damage when pitches are located in that spot.
Stepping in now, Ronald Guzman. And he lays off there, 1-0. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. The 1-0. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
He's got a couple of pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. It might be time to take a step back and try to refocus on making some good pitches.
Called strike on the sinker, 2-2 now. First and second now, 1 man out. And he takes a look at strike 3 called, and that's as important as they come there. 2 big outs now. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
Here's the first pitch. The 0-1. Turned on down the line, but this will get foul for strike 2.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
Low and away with that one. It's 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Now 2-2. This is the pitch where you want to attack the zone. If you go 3-2, then you put the runners in motion.
2 down, runners at first and second. Weak grounder back to the mound. On to first, and the Rangers squander a good opportunity here as the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. Still one run can win this thing as we move ahead to the bottom of inning number 12. And we are tied 4-4. Jose Leclerc will be summoned here to start the home 12th, and the best case scenario for him is to take us to the 13th. Chance to walk it off, and now here is Stephen Piscotty. The winning run stands at second base. Here's the first pitch. A ball and no strikes.
This has to be a productive at-bat right here. I know you want to drive the run in and get the RBI, but you have to find a way, bare minimum, to move this runner over to third.
That misses 2-0. Now some action in that Oakland bullpen as it looks like a lefty started to get it going down there. Now the 2-0. And the slider here is not going to find the zone either, and it's 3-0 now. You see a right-handed batter waiting next, but he could very well be pulled back as the situation dictates. There's a fastball on the inner third taken for a strike. Three balls and 2 strikes for Stephen Piscotty. Now the 3-2 pitch. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Ready with another 2-strike offering. High in the air down the right field line. And that's taken in near the line as the runner tags from second. And he'll get there at third, and now the winning run's only 90 feet away with just 1 out. Next, it'll be Sean Murphy. He's gone hitless to this point.
Not a great game up to this point, but none of that would matter if he could come through right here. A chance to be the hero.
Here's the first pitch, and a pitch out. Perhaps they thought the squeeze would be on. Right-hander starts to loosen out from the bullpen now. Look out, a fastball up near his dome, and that'll wake you up a bit. His prior history in this matchup, just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. A high fastball is in there.
This is going to be an interesting at-bat. I think he has to be pitching for a strikeout here, so we'll see what kind of sequence he uses.
Called strike 2.
This is a situation where you're going strictly for the strikeout. Infield in, and from the offensive standpoint, you're just trying to create hard contact and get it by that infield.
Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. Elvis Andrus waits on deck. Now the 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. Possible winning run just 90 feet away here. 1 away. On he pops it up. Guzman into foul territory. And this is going to be a foul ball. Ready with another 2-strike offering. So there's ball 4. And it wouldn't surprise me a bit to see the next guy get 4 wide ones as well.
Now batting, shortstop, Elvis.
Next to hit is Elvis Andrus. He's got 2 hits in 4 at-bats. Here's the first pitch. There's a fastball right down Broadway taken for a strike.
That was a pretty good fastball after he walked the hitter previous. There was a little angry on that heater.
Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball. It's 2-1 to the A's leadoff batter.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball in play hard.
Now the 2-1. Breaking ball called just a bit low.
Couldn't be a whole lot better situation to hit it now. 3-1, 2 on. He's got to be thinking he's going to get a pitch he can drive right here.
The 3-1 pitch, and he misses again, ball 4, and that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
So bases are loaded, nowhere to put him with 1 away, and striding toward the plate to hit next, Tony Kemp. Here's the first pitch, and now a late squeeze attempt, but it's popped up. And how do you like that? They roll the dice, the squeeze works, and it's going to end the ball game.
What? What did I just see? My eyes have to be messing with me because I think I just saw a walk-off suicide squeeze to end this thing. Gutsy call or stupid, I'm not sure, but it sure looks like a genius move right now. Incredible.
A 1-run finish today, 5-4 the final score. Oakland with their 50th team win in this one. Sergio Romo gets the win in relief, his 6th of the season. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First, for the victorious Athletics, 5 runs on 11 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. For the Rangers, 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 16 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.